Hello, welcome back on my channel. I'm going to rank all the Pixar movies today from the Pixar Dark Age. Just like Disney, their peak performance couldn't last. And the Dark Age is their weak period. Unlike Disney, it's truly weak, as half of these movies are simply cash grabs in the form of lackluster sequels. There are some gems though, but during the Dark Age, Pixar initially faced lukewarm and negative reviews from the general public. Some sources claim this was because Disney interfered too much, but I personally think Pixar was experiencing a bit of a creative slump. This period ended with the coronavirus pandemic, when Pixar also began to fail commercially. Like always, we're not going to rank sequels, so no Cars 2, Cars 3, Finding Dory, no prequels either, so no Monsters University. So we're only going to rank 4 original movies in the Pixar Dark Age. Let's begin. The Good Dinosaur is often called the weakest original Pixar movie. A dubious honor indeed. While The Good Dinosaur isn't as strong as most Pixar classics, it's still interesting enough and heartwarming. The story of how dinosaurs evolved into farmers and shepherds is original, no doubt about it. Arlo the Apatosaurus loses his father in a storm and must now return to his family while befriending a human named Spot. The humans act like dogs here. The dinosaurs like humans, and that's quite remarkable. I wouldn't use the cartoonish style either, but it does give the movie its own identity. The villain Thunderclap the Nyctosaurus is rather weak, as are the other characters like the T-Rex and Velociraptors. Yet it's a film that's too often called bad, and the title is actually accurate. Good Dinosaur. Not great, but good. I have a bit of a strange history with Brave. I consider Merida one of the lesser Disney princesses, but that's mainly because I think Pixar and Disney are still two separate studios, and that most Disney princesses are simply better. Furthermore, I think Brave is a very good film, and I find it a shame that it's often seen as weak compared to previous Pixar movies. Merida is an interesting protagonist who wants to forge her own path. I like the medieval setting of Scotland, and the movie's focus on the bond between mother and daughter is also unique. The witch father and all the other crazy Scots are very amusing characters, as are the brothers, of course. Mordo does his job as the final villain, but the movie would have been successful even without him. All in all, very good movie, not the best, but certainly not the worst either. Koko tells the story of Miguel, who travels to the underworld on Dia de los Muertos to search for his great-great-grandfather. Initially, he thinks Ernesto de la Cruz, a famous singer, is his ancestor, but later it turns out to be Hector, the songwriter. Ernesto is one of the few twist villains who is truly great, both as a twist and as an enemy. The songs in Koko also make it a very memorable movie. Pixar should make more musicals. The whole Dia de los Muertos and skeleton-based characters could have been completely wrong, but Pixar brings Mexican culture to life fantastically. Disney would later base Encanto on this theme, but Koko was certainly a fantastic movie as well, with its theme of family and not conforming to family norms. Music is a gift, just like this movie. I always have mixed feelings about Inside Out. The movie is very creative, with the 5 emotions as characters, but also numerous workers inside a person's head, creating dreams and such. But at the same time, I'm always a bit hesitant about this concept that a person can't think or act without those little cartoons inside your head
pushing certain buttons. It's difficult to explain, but all in all I really think this is a great movie. Riley isn't a character even though I think she would have been a great one. Joy and sadness are excellent main characters, as is the imaginary elephant Bing Bong. Bing Bong's death is truly powerful. It also touches me repeatedly how this movie ends with Riley bursting into tears with her parents, which is so moving. All in all, Inside Out is definitely a bright spot in this so-called Pixar Dark Age, but it's certainly not the only great film from this period, as Koko is also very good. It's crazy that Pixar made the best and worst movie of the Dark Age in the same year, 2015.
I'm glad the Pixar Dark Age has come to an end. So next time we'll rank the last Pixar movies in the Pixar New Age. See you then. Bye bye.